A. Right, good. So, Cameron, I see one question on the comment
So,
section
yeah.
by Kyrie. It says, why is my FX links are not consistent for about 17 months track record, please? Why some links do stop at some months and don't continue? Why my FX link is since June 24 and not since 17 months ago when you started?
Yeah,
Very
that's a
good.
good question.
So
So
I'm gonna go into
yeah,
my FX book actually, so that will give you a
yeah,
breakdown here.
that's a good question. In a nutshell, if I'm to answer that in a nutshell, bro, it's because a couple of things, Chris, and I appreciate that's a good question. I appreciate people asking these kind of questions. It means it's serious about the business. So first and foremost, as a growth club, we had a certain amount of funds that we dedicated for the master account. Now, there's two things, actually, there's three things in the three main reasons in this. Number one, when we started Growth Club initially, we had a set minimum deposit. And our first minimum deposit was $500. That's for the first minimum deposit. So we were taking people on Alleyway 12 with $500. And the way we run our system is so that every other account copies the same lot size as the master account. We have to make sure that the master account has that precise amount. So we started with $500 with XC initially. Actually, we started with $500 with the master account. So that was the first FX book link. Then in the middle, we had to move from XC to a broker called Exclusive Market. Was it Victor Exclusive Market?
So it was equity first,
Yeah.
then equity,
Sorry.
then exclusive market.
Equity. So basically, we had about three different brokers that we had to change in the process: equity, exclusive market, and XC. There were three different brokers. And of course, when you change the brokers, you have to change the FX book link. You have to have a new FX book link as well. The last one is when we actually changed the minimum deposit from 500 to 1,000. Again, we have to make sure as a company that our master account has the same balance that the minimum amount requires. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. But
To
again, Victor,
to
can
add
go
to
from
that,
there.
Cameron, let me add one more thing to that.
Sure.
Also, we launched Elevator 2.0,
Yeah.
uh, which was a different strategy from 1.0, right? So as you can see right there, that's equity. You can see the broker right there. This was sometime August 16, 2023, right? You can see we actually had this running, right? And we had it in equity. And you can see as a company, we even had our own money. We had about, I think back then at the beginning, we had about
Mhm.
$31,000 account. And these were the results. So that's why this is the very first FX book link you will come across from August. And then we then changed to I think it's, let me show you the other one, because like we said, in Growth Club, everything is very, very transparent. There is absolutely nothing to hide, right? Sorry, 1 second. I think it's the up. Okay, so this is when we launched Elevator 2.0, right? But before we launched 2.0, we had the continuation, which Cameron said when we had to switch the deposit amount. I think that was this velocity, right? 1 second. I'm trying to, okay, let me just go to the bottom. I think I can pull it up from here.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you can see Growth Club Life continued from November. That's it right there. So let me pull it up for you guys. Yeah, you can see this was when we then moved. We changed the we changed the deposit amount, right? And then you can see we continued in 2023. So November the second was when we switched. So if you come to the first FX book and you look at the bottom here, you will see that this ended November 2nd, 2023. Can you see it right there? Now, if you come to the next one where we continued from, it continued in the same November,
Yeah.
right? So the same November, but this is showing 13th, right? Because we didn't trade for a few days. Then, sorry, 12th of November. So we had made about 4% on the first 2 days, and then on the 12th of November, we took our next trade. So you can see right there from November, we still made an extra 6.9 plus the 4%, so about 12 or 11% that month. And then this is December. Then last year, you'd see that all the breakdown that you also see on the presentation slide was also documented by FX Book, because we didn't change this minimum deposit that we had asked the members to put in, right? And then when we launched Elevate Wealth 2.0, because during the presentation it says we have 1.0 and 2.0. When we launched 2.0, right, we had to also change FX because that's a different strategy on its own. And you can see it started in June. Can you see? So this started in June, and that did about 74%. So if you come back here, June 2024, you can see that that strategy, like it shows on the presentation slide as well, grew from June all the way to this month. Where Cameron, I think you also skipped that it trades gold as well, right?
Yeah.
Because this month we're trading only gold, and this month already we're up by 9.25%. So, Kyrie, I hope we've given you
Yeah.
right answers to your question. And then, of course, we have the velocity, my FX book as well. Let me just refresh this real quick. Let's get the numbers correctly. So this is velocity that said in December, right? So December, 99.35%, right there. Then this month, we're up by 43.50%. So, guys, at the Growth Club, everything is done in a very, very transparent manner. I hope that answers your question, Kyrie. Let's know in the comment section if
Yeah.
you know.
So another thing, guys, is that for those of you existing members, it's actually a good news. Is like if you remember in 2024, especially the last 6 months, as soon as we were hitting like 5 to 7% to 10% a month, we would stop trading. We used to like stop trading after that
Yeah.
time. But now, having said that, like in 2025, we've decided like if there is more opportunities, we'll take those opportunities on board. Which means like initially, like yes, we had after August, we were just because we in August we made so much money, like 42%, and we decided, you know what, let's close this year. We make anything between 5 to 10%, we'll not trade in the month, and we'll just close this year with like 150+% profit, which we were able to do so. But moving forward in 2025, guys, like if we make 10% in the first 2 days, hypothetically speaking, with Elevate Wealth, which is very highly unlikely, but let's assume if we make 10% in like first 2 weeks, hypothetically speaking, which is almost the case now in January, we will not stop trading. We'll continue to trade if there's more trading opportunities because we want you to maximize on the profit potential with Elevate Wealth as well. I just wanted you to throw that out as well. Okay, moving forward.
Next question, Cameron.
Yeah,
Um, Sam says, okay, Jeff says, great presentation, and I like the new look. Perfect. Thank you very much. Sam says, are we still going to use the palm on velocity? Yes, we will be using the palm on velocity. Like we said, we're still we've concluded with the brokers. We're just trying to test out one or two more things
in the
before
back.
we move into the broker. Everything is finalized already. We're just trying to
Yeah,
do, some dot the T's and cross the I's, right? And then we will move into the palm system where charges will be taken automatically at the end of every week. So it's a weekly payment on velocity, not a monthly thing. Now, for those of us asking us why we're not charging this week, Cameron and myself, I've decided to charge next week. So we're going to charge the next payment for next week, not this week. So the first, because technically we've only traded for 7 days this month, right? It's just 7 trading days. So we don't want to charge on 7 trading days. So on the 14th trading day, and we then charge at that point in time. So the good news here is that the funds we made for everybody still stays in your account. And guess what? It can still make you more money, right?
yeah,
It can make
that's
you more money because
yeah,
the way velocity works is it even also compounds itself,
yeah,
right? So you can make more money as well with the monies that we've made for you. And then when we then move into the palm, that charge will be happening every week. But for now, for those of us who are a part of the soft launch, right? And for those of us who want to even join during this new week, because we
yeah,
might not move this new week, you need to create your Growth Club account, deposit your money in your own Axis broker account as well. Then you need to send your MT4 trading details to set up at growthclub.live, right? We're going to put down the comment section for you real quick. So set up at growthclub.live. That's where you send that detail to. So when we go fully live with the palm, you can always join easily, right?
yeah,
Thank you very much, Ahmad Abasi, for putting that there. Thank you very much. You already saved me the stress of typing it. So yeah, the palm is still going to come into play. Now, the next question also from Kyrie. Kyrie says, how do Thanks for your answer. Kindly, how do you mitigate the risk in order not to hit 30% hard SL? We see that some of your strategies have more than 30% drawdown. So there was no hard SL there at 30%. Now, that's a very good question. Now,
Yeah.
the FX book link that you see, no member, right, since August has hit 30%. And I'll tell you why. Sometimes because it's our own account, those FX which you see are not people's accounts, they are our accounts. Sometimes we try out a few things in our own account to see and test to be sure where the market is going to. But we don't place those trades on our members' account. Now, the good thing is that we have a technology that can help us exclude some trades from members' accounts, right? So if actually member right there, nobody has actually hit 30%, right? And well, if you hit 30%, maybe you should say it on the comment section, but I don't know of any member who has hit, 30% in loss, right? So none of our members have actually had that. Even when we had the very bad month in November, which was our very first losing month, right? It was just an 11% loss, right? And for those of us who have been in Growth Club for a while, 11% is almost nothing.
Yeah,
Now,
11% was a losing month. Our highest drawdown that we had was actually 17%. That was in that was like early 2024. We had like 17% drawdown, and then we came back into profits basically. But yeah, we haven't had anything closer to 30%. And if it ever gets to 30%, the way we have set up our system, all the trades are closed automatically, basically. But when it's all on funds, we do withdraw money from accounts sometimes, transfer from one account to another, because if we have a limited amount of funds that we test the systems with, and of course we need to try different strategies. If it wasn't for us to try different strategies, we wouldn't have Velocity with us today.
yeah, right, because both of us actually lost a lot of money trying
Yeah,
out different strategies of velocity. Also,
we
velocity
strategies
is
Velocity. Yeah.
fantastic today, but both of us have lost a lot of money trying to find the right.
And
Like
that's
I
one
always
of the
tell you,
things, yeah. That's one of the things we like to do, guys, is like when we start like a new product, like for example, Velocity, when we want to bring Velocity in, like members know it took us like 6 months to actually launch this thing, because first 3 months we were trying it out with demo funds. First 2 months were demo funds, the third month was our own funds. Then next 3 months of us consistently making profits with real money is when we launched Velocity, basically. So yeah, in a nutshell, bro, Carl, to answer your question, Kyrie, that the way we have our system set up is if it ever gets to 30% drawdown limit, all the trades are closed automatically on members' accounts. But luckily we haven't had that situation so far. Our highest drawdown was about 17%, 17.5%. But yes, we do withdraw funds from our own accounts from here sometimes, and of course use that for other purposes within the business. In the
one of the
10%
comments
pool,
that I
yeah,
want to add to that is another thing is note that Growth Club has become better over time, right? There were days where we used to have 10% drawdown. I can't
mhm,
remember the last time we had on a single trade, except for November, where we had and we closed it in a stop. We closed those trades in a loss, right?
yeah,
This month, maximum drawdown we've had is like maybe 1%, and we're up
yeah,
by 9%. And for those of us that are members, you can testify to this, right? We this month we barely even had up to 1% drawdown, right? Because for what we do in Growth Club, we make the system better and better. That's why it's called the Growth Club. We keep growing, right? So at the beginning stages of Growth Club, yeah, we used to have 18% drawdown, 15% drawdown. But all of those things stopped even before we encountered our loss. The month where we had a 42% profit, I think the maximum drawdown that day was like 10%.
okay. Where
So
was this question?
yeah.
In the pool. Okay, in the pool, in the 10% pool, is it judged based on when your members funded their accounts or when they paid for membership fee, or both in their month in question? Good question. They can't fund their accounts until they have paid the membership. So the answer to that question is once they're funded and connected with our trading system. So let's say if they started in June, so in January, and they're funded their accounts in February and connected with the trading system in February. So February will be the qualification month, and March is when you get paid. I didn't see performance fee for the weekly ending for Velocity. Performance fee for this week, performance fee will be on the end of next week for Velocity. And after that, the performance fee will always be weekly, guys, because after that, we'll have a PEM system coming up anyways. for velocity. Costa is saying 50% weekly means 200% to pay for profit sharing right by month. No, Costa. It does. I'm not sure how you got to that number. So 50% performance fee weekly means that whatever profit we make you in that week, you keep 50% of the profit on velocity and you send the growth club the other 50%, which means let's assume you have $1,000 in velocity, and let's assume you make $500 in that week. So from 500, you keep 250 and you pay 250 as performance fee. So that's how 50% works. I hope this is clear now.
Yeah, I think you skipped one question, Cameron. Do we have affiliate commissions who are paid weekly or daily, or is everything paid monthly? So for Velocity affiliate commissions are paid weekly. Once the percentages are charged and your member pays, right? You get paid that money that week, right? So Velocity will be paid weekly, but for Elevate Wealth and the funded program, they are paid monthly. So you have weekly income in both
Yeah.
and monthly income.
You actually have all three. You have daily, weekly, and monthly. Because when someone joins as direct referral, you get like
Yeah, you get paid instantly. Yeah.
yeah, so you get like daily paid with direct sales. Then you get velocity income paid out weekly, and then you get funded account income and the Elevate Wealth income paid out monthly. So you have all three in one basically. Okay, moving forward. I had a customer who registered but not getting an email to verify account. He has a Hotmail account. Should he use another email? Uh, Leroy, it doesn't have to do with Hotmail, to be honest. I think you're referring to the broker account, right? Please confirm
No,
if
no,
it's
no, I don't think that's what's talking about, Cameron. I think it's the verification code for
okay.
uh, joining Growth Club. So, Leroy, what you do is ask the person to use a Gmail account. Maybe there's a thing with Hotmail, right? Or you can just reach out to support and send the person's email address to support, and let's see how we can help that person rectify. But most times, a Gmail will be the best thing to use. So, I hope that solves that for you.
When can you join Velocity? Yes, you can join Velocity before Sunday every week. So like, because Monday during the week, like Monday to Friday, you cannot join Velocity, so you can join on weekends. So you have till like you have time till 10 p.m. UK time on Sunday. So like whatever time that would be according to your country, you can check obviously. That's 10 o'clock UK time. That's the deadline for you to join Velocity. If not, then you can join next week, of course. Please, how do you make a broker account?
Okay,
How do you create a
let
broker?
me answer that question, please. Sorry. So, Chidera, yeah. So I hope you are if you're on any of the forums, and for those of us who are new, right, I'm going to suggest that you do something. Go to the Growth Hub website and log into your website. Now, when you log into the website, you need to click on any of these icons. Join the Telegram, WhatsApp, or Instagram pages. So you need to stay connected. Now, I'm going to be dropping the recording for the back office training, right, on the full process after this Zoom call. Yeah. And we're also going to be having back office training 3 times a week from this new week. So it's going to be on Monday, right? Monday, 7 p.m. UK time. Thursday, 7 p.m. UK time. And then from next week, Saturday, after this call, we're going to have another back office training. So you understand how to navigate the system. Now, if you have a membership, how you create your broker account is you come to Get Funding, right? You click on Get Funding, and you can see the first thing it says is create account, right? So if you're lost on how to create your account, you can also come here and watch the tutorial that will guide you on how to create your account, right? So you can watch the tutorial, but to get the broker account created, you buy the membership, you click on Get Funding. Without a membership, you can't click on any of these things. You can't access the benefits. When you own a membership, create an account and just follow these different steps for Elevate Wealth. If you want to join the soft launch before we go to the palm, follow the same sequence, but this time send your Axie Pro account details to set up at growthclub.live, like Ahmad dropped on the comment section. I hope this gives you some good answers.
Also, Victor, you might as well stay on this page and answer the next question as well from Alexandra. She's asking, what is the mail for customer support? I need assistance with my account. I was given server US05 live. should I select server 5 on the gap funding select section for my XC account? So you might want to show her how to raise a support ticket from the help center. And
Okay,
also,
so typically, yeah, there's always I don't know, I don't know why this disappeared after find out from the IT team. There's always a chat with us box somewhere here, right? But if you can't find that chat with us box, oh, boom, there it is. I think I zoomed into my screen. So just come here. If you have an issue, you can start a chat, right? And then ask a question on the chat box. Most times our AI system would give an answer to that. But if you can't find the answer to what you want to get answers to, right? Just say or text this person and say, you know what, can I speak to, so let me just mute this real quick, 1 second. Okay, so if you see right here, I just said hi. Hello, how can I help you? Now, normally, most of the questions you have, this AI can answer it, right? In fact, if you have a new member joining Growth Club, you can come here and say, can I learn about Growth Club? Our AI will tell you just about everything you need to know about Growth Club. Now, if you can't get answers to your questions on this particular chat box, you can ask the system to transfer you to a support staff, right? And you see the way it has broken down all that Growth Club is about in bullet points for you, from funded program to Elevate Wealth to Velocity to the membership details to all of those things broken down in bullet points for you, right? So even when you have a new member, this AI system can teach your new member about Growth Club, right? Now, I can say, can I speak to a human, right? I put it up there. And guess what? You'll be transferred to a support staff that you can then text with. Now, if you cannot go through this, the second way to do that, right, is to go to Help Center. Can you see Help Center right there? You can see right there. One of our support staffs has responded already in less than how many seconds. So I can now ask my question on the chat to this support staff, and this support staff would help me fix my issue. That's how simple getting support in Growth Club is. Or you can come to Help Center, click on it, then click on this mail icon at the bottom, right? And then put in the subject of your email and the body of your email and click on send. And our support team will get the email from you and respond to you as quickly as possible. Right now, support time takes somewhere around 1 minute to 1 hour in response time. But typically it might be up to 24 hours sometimes, depending on whether we have like public holidays or things like that. So I hope I've answered your question on how to get help. Cameron, am I correct?
yes, yes, thank you. Appreciate that. Alexandra, you simply, and to answer the second part of your question, Alexandra, simply go on the step 2 and, when you put the empty phone number, put the password, and when it says a server, you'll have a drop-down menu of the servers. And you simply
Let's give an
choose,
instance.
yeah. So if you see here servers US, if you got US 05, then you simply choose server 5, XC server 5. That is US 05. So just simply choose that and you're good to go. Click on save and you're good to go. Alexandra, I hope that answers your question. Do you already have French community in Growth Club, my friends? No, Olivier, we do not. I mean, we might have members here and there in French from France or French speaking community, but not that I personally recall of. The level of information and transparency in this Q&A is rich and appreciated. Please consider send this recording. Yes, we will send this recording in the WhatsApp groups. How long does it take to register and verify with XC account? To register with XC, it takes like a couple of minutes. To verify, if you upload your correct identification within like 10 minutes or so, you're good to go with XC. They're very, very fast. If someone wants to join Growth Club, is he not going to make it to some, you can join Growth Club 24/7. It doesn't have to be Sunday. You can join any time of the day with Growth Club. Does Velocity makes profits on weekly basis? Velocity makes profits on daily basis. So all the trades are done on daily basis. So yeah, it's on daily basis. The profit share is weekly basis where you send us a performance fee. but that will start from next week. For now, it's every 2 weeks. Alexander saying, thank you, Cameron, Victor. I really appreciate it. You're welcome. When is PAM system coming on board? Most probably next week. It's already ready, but we're just testing a couple of things. But next week we'll bring it on board. After I would say 15th of what you call it? Yeah, after 15th of this month, most likely the PAM system will be ready to go. But let's just say next week. So yes, you answered my question. Okay, fantastic. Can you please show me one more time the graph of which is possible? Can you please show us one more time the graph of what is possible in velocity? I guess you're referring to,
Slide, bro.
sorry?
The slide. This what's
Yeah,
possible.
I guess it's referring to the slide. Okay, we'll show you the slide, bro. Okay, so with velocity, you can withdraw your profits every week or you can withdraw your profits every month. You decide, they're in your control. But if you decide to compound, this is the potential. Let's say you start with $2,000. Remember, if you don't have the high risk appetite, don't do velocity. But if you have the risk appetite, then you start with $2,000. And by end of 6 months, your $2,000, considering we just make 100% a month, we don't make anything more than 100% a month. And you're paying our performance fee every single month in time. So your $2,000 at the end of the first month will be around $4,000. But obviously you pay 50% in performance fee, so you'll be left with $3,000 at the end of the second month. Now, after that, the third month, your amount will go to $6,000. But again, you pay 50% performance fee, then your amount goes to 4,500. And similarly, by end of year, month number 6, your $2,000 will become around $22,781.25. That is if we just make 100% a month and we don't make any more than 100% a month. If you make 150, 200, 300, then of course this number just goes way, way, way higher. But we don't want to do those numbers. We just want to keep it as realistic as possible from what the kind of results we've had so far with velocity in the last 3 months of mine and Victor's money and about 1.5, about 1 month of clients' money, basically.
So the question there's a question about velocity sent to me personally. So this person is saying, what has the risk been on velocity so far? Right. So very good question. Yeah, that you've asked. So I'm going to go back to my FX book.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just tell you what it is. I'm going to show you. I go
But
for
it doesn't mean, guys, it doesn't mean that it's not high risk. Even
yeah,
though you might be surprised, like, okay, it's such a low drawdown and whatnot, but still, it's 100% risk. You can lose 100% of your money with velocity. Even though, yes, we don't want people to lose money, but we still want them to know it's possible. So when you see the drawdown, you say, okay, it's such a small drawdown. Don't think of it as like as a thing like it can't be a higher drawdown in the future.
true, true, right? But the trading team takes very, very good risk management, right? We have stop losses on all trades, you know, all of those things are in place. So the drawdown so far has been a maximum of 18.68% on velocity, right? So we've reached 18% and we've made 10x of the risk, literally, since inception, if you think about it, because this is based off compounding. If it's compounded, you'll have made 186 percent from the initial start, right? But if you do the basic, simple interest, it's somewhere around 140 something percent, yeah. But FX Book now compounds from your initial deposit, which is what you can see right there, yeah. But yeah, that's the risk this month. I think, Cameron, we're already taking a risk of maybe 10%
Yeah.
this month, yeah, just 10%. I remember on Thursday where we had that 10% loss, and then boom, we made it back the same day.
Yeah.
So it's possible to lose 10% as
Yeah,
well.
so the highest, to answer your question, the highest drawdown we had was about 16, 17% so far with velocity, where with that 17% drawdown, we were able to make about 140 odd percent, 144, 145% profit so far. But again, still, we want you to know the risk is high with velocity, and you can lose 100% of your funds. So just don't go by the numbers that you see on the screen. Okay, please, can you show? Okay, I think that's on. Is the 10% pool sharing the judged? I think I've already answered that question. So in velocity, you don't compound weekly. With velocity as a member, you don't need to do anything. because depending upon your balance, it can compound daily as well, because it depends how much balance you have. Every $200 that you have in your broker account, it'll compound. So every $200 profit that you make, that profit will auto compound. It all depends on your amount. So if your amount is higher, then that means your compounding will be on potentially even daily or potentially few times a day. That amount will compound. Like for example, we had someone that's put in like about 40K. And now with that person, it'll be probably a few times a day the amount will be compounded. So just to give you guys an hypothetical example, what's possible with velocity. Um, can we start to affiliate members without, yes, you as an affiliate, you do not need to have like you if you can just simply buy an affiliate membership and you can start referring people. You don't have to be using any of our services in order for you to refer members.
But it will make more sense to own your own money in your, because when you want to refer people, what do you show them, right?
Of
So
course. But some people, let's say if they don't have funds right now to trade and whatnot, and you just want to refer and then use that money to, it's completely up to you. If you lose all the money of velocity before the end of the week, then what will be the result? Then the result will be you lost all your money, basically. Uh, is it also possible to watch trading with MT4 trading software? Is it
yes.
okay? I'm sure you answered the
Yeah, so
question.
the person's asking, can they see the trades on
Okay, yeah,
MT4?
yeah, you can see the trades. Yeah, you can see the
But
trades.
when we go live on the palm, you can see your daily balance, because the
Yeah,
broker will send you daily balances. Because
yeah, you get like a
one
report
thing,
as well from the
and
broker.
let's say this, guys, we noticed somebody did a very, very interesting thing recently, and that's why we're going to do this.
Yeah.
Someone actually put in $200 into their account and created a separate account and put in $10,000. I was copying the $200 trades, right, into the $10,000 account. But interestingly, the person did it on the same broker. And we're able to find out that the person had more money in a separate account and was copying the trades. So the person was trying to play smart on Growth Club and refused to pay performance fees on the higher amount. So, guys, when we talk about transparency, honesty, and those kind of things, at Growth Club, we expect members. So when you call companies scams,
Yeah.
always ask yourself that same question: am I a scam myself? Right? Because
Yeah.
the way Growth Club is structured, we are the ones at risk. We're the ones at risk of not getting paid our funds. We're the ones, because interestingly, even till now, some members have still not paid the velocity performance fee of last month.
But that
Right?
doesn't matter anymore, Victor, because all those
Yeah, of
members
course.
will be taken out of the system.
Yeah.
If
So
they already aren't taken out of the system, they'll be taken out of the system anyways. One thing,
definitely.
is I think is like Victor said, these are the things we learn by making these mistakes. Trust is good, not trusting is even better. So I think these are the things that we learn in this industry, is that you gotta have systems in place. And one of the things we decided for Velocity is to have a PEM system where we don't have to rely on people to pay the performance fee. And anyone that doesn't pay the performance fee, no problems. If they're happy with the one weekly performance fee that they don't want to share, we'll simply block them from the system. They will never be able to become a part of Growth Club again. We wish them very best of luck. Um, so that's very poor of the person. Yes, of course. But again, that's probably that'll be like 1% of the community. Not everyone is like that. So the rest of the community is pretty good. So we don't have any problems. So Peter is asking why 50% profit share? Um, Peter, because that's the profit share, that's the performance fee we are charging on Velocity. If you want to pay less performance fee, you can join Elevate Wealth. On that, performance fee is only 35%. So then you pay less performance fee on that product. Okay, guys, I think we have answered all the questions, guys. If there's any one or two more questions, please shoot them now. If not, we've been on this call for quite a long anyways. We can call it a day. Yeah, if there's any more questions, if not, I'm gonna hand it back to Victor so he can close the call.
Okay, thank you very much, Cameron. I think we've had an amazing, amazing conversation today. Um, for those of us who want to join Velocity for the new week, you want to ensure that you buy a membership, right? The membership is $100 for regular members, $150 for affiliates, and then fund your broker account. So just follow the steps I showed earlier, right? So if you want to create an account on Axie, for now, come to get funding after you've purchased the membership. Click on create account, right? So you need to be on the Growth Club system to get connected. Once you've done that, if you want to join Elevate Wealth and start your journey towards getting funding, by the way, the minimum for Elevate Wealth is now $1,000. That's the minimum, right? For Velocity, it is $200. All you should put into this particular part is your details for Elevate Wealth. If you want to be a part of Velocity, you need to send those details that was forwarded to you, your account details, to set up at growthclub.life. I'm going to put that up on the comment section again. Set up at growthclub.life. And you need to do this before the market opens tomorrow, which is Sunday. So before 10 p.m. UK time, you need to have sent your training details, and then we'll confirm if you have an active membership at the club, and then we'll plug you into Velocity before we go live with the Palm next week, right? So if you have people that wants to also get support, do not forget, teach them on how to reach out via the chat system, all through the help center on the members area, right? So with that being said, I think there's another question. So Jaden says, can I add funds anytime into my Velocity account? Yes, you can always add funds at any time, right? Since you already have an existing account, you can add funds at any given time. So I hope that has been clarified, Mr. Judin. And I think we've had an amazing time tonight on the Zoom call. Thank you guys for jumping on board, right? Okay, I think I just saw one lengthy question. Let me just answer this last question before we go. Do you still charge profit share on Elevate Wealth if one is short of his initial investment and in the process of recovery? No, we don't. Do not forget that Elevate Wealth works with something called the high watermark system. High watermark means that if you are on a loss, we cannot charge you. We make the previous loss back. Then when we've made you new profits, we then start charging you. So if you probably joined, let's say in November, where we had a losing month of -11, we can't charge you until we made you the 11% back. And good news is that right now we are up by 9 points, I think 9.3% already. So with 2 point something percent extra, you'll be back to break even. And also for those people who have withdrawn their funds during the recovery, we will still charge you when we've made the 11%. Taking out the funds and missing out on the recovery is not going to be borne by Growth Club, right? So, but if you recovered your funds, why not? After you've made your money back, after I've made 11% back for everybody, we will start the charges for Elevate Wealth. I hope that makes
Okay, one
sense.
more. If there's some new people that want to get the recording of this call, can someone please send the link of our WhatsApp group in the chat so people can join the WhatsApp group and they can access that? Actually, there you go, guys. You simply log into your back office. There you go. We got the WhatsApp link, and simply click on this link. You'll join the WhatsApp group, and on that group, you can stay updated. You can get more information about the opportunity, like on daily progress. By the way, we post results. Rather than this profitable day, losing day, it doesn't matter. We share the results every day. You get the recordings of the calls. You get updates about the upcoming Zoom calls or any upcoming new products that we're launching as well. So yeah, join the WhatsApp group, guys. We'll give you a minute or two to do so.
Okay. So I believe we've answered all the questions, yeah? I think we've answered all questions.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. It was a pleasure to be hosting this call again. I look forward, and I hope to see you again next Saturday. And I hope by that time our Elevate Wealth has gone from 9% to perhaps 15% or even beyond. And I hope that by next week our velocity has gone from 40% to perhaps 80%. That'll be even more exciting. But yeah, like I said, whether it's profit, it's loss, we are very transparent. You'll be able to see everything from the groups, and you'll be able to benefit from there. More questions can we ask?
If you have more questions, ask the AI system or the support system, and then you get answers, or you
Yeah.
can bring it to the next live meeting
Or
that
you
we.
can actually go to your upline, the person who's invited you on this call. Like they're supposed to help you and answer all the questions for you. If you don't have an active upline, then reach out to the admins of the WhatsApp groups, and they will be able to help you and guide you. Thank you,
Awesome.
guys. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you all again next week. Take care.
Thank you guys. Bye for now.